It's time now for the PHL 11 o'clock news on this Saturday night, January 17th, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here now. 11 o'clock news at 9 there, and our top 3 at 11 o'clock on this Saturday night here is President Obama's to call for new tax increases in the State of the Union address. Mitt Romney, the former Republican presidential nominee, speaks during the Republican National Committee's winter meeting aboard the USS Midway Museum. A man holds a copy of the Quran during a protest against Niger President Mahamadou Issoufou's attendance last week at a Paris rally to support of the French satirical weekly Charlie Hebdo, which featured a cartoon of the Prophet Muhammad as its cover. Huge crowds gathered in to see Pope Francis celebrate an outdoor mass in the Philippine capital of Manila. Thousands of people arrived at Rizal Park on Sunday morning hours before the mass is due to begin. In Pasadena, California, Fox TV Group's new leaders are looking to open to resurrect two of its network sold hits, X-Files and Prison Break. Train services have resumed Thursday throughout the Shell Tunnel today after a fire caused it to be closed for most of the Saturday as Euro. Tunnel said trains have restarted from the UK at 02:45 GMT after a delay in resuming its vehicle and freight service due to residual smoke. Brazil sent its outrage by the execution of one of its citizens in Indonesia for drug trafficking as Marco Aicher Cardozo Barrera, 53, was arrested in 2003 after police at the Jakarta airport found 13.4 kilograms of cocaine hidden in his hang glider. Ukraine's military repelled a wave of rebel assaults on the next airport yesterday, returning a new troops and ammunition to the battle zone, and the government prepares for a visit by neighboring Poland's prime minister. In Toronto, the suspect in the shootings of two Canadian police officers at Alberta Casino on Saturday was found dead after being tracked in an occupied home, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police said. Police in Athens have told Euronews 4 suspects have been detained for questioning in the Greek capital in a connection with a foiled terrorist plot in Belgium. In Lakeville, Kentucky, a sheriff says authorities are following on tips related to a search for two teen sweethearts from Kentucky who are accused of blazing a trail and crime across the South. In Pumpkin Township, New Jersey, a New Jersey woman who has prosecutors say put a newborn baby in the middle of the road and set the child on fire has been charged with murder. 2 people are dead and a third person in good condition at the local hospital after gunmen opened a fire at a mall in Central Florida, according to news reports. Goldman Sachs Group Incorporated reported quarterly earnings that showed trading profits slumping in the fourth quarter of its 2014 fiscal year. London. Oil plunged close to 6-year lows last week over supply of worries as before staging a slight recovery as the International Energy Agency declared there were signs that the tide will turn. Google is leading talks to acquire Softcard, a troubled mobile payments company that is being eyed by a number of potential suitors and people familiar with the matter. There were more than one session and recently concluded international consumer electronic shows in Las Vegas about how various devices help us sleep better. Angela Bassett's Whitney Houston biopic titled Whitney has been the subject of controversy since its beginning, mostly thanks to late singer's family objected to the film. Empire has done the seemingly impossible in an era where more and more viewers are moving away from watching live TV in favor of online viewing time shifted as Fox new hip-hop drummer not only debuted strong after a good second week. In Denver, Bill Cosby thanked hundreds of fans who turned out for shows in Denver on Saturday as a small government protesters outside the theater denounced the comedian who has been accused of sexual assault by more than a dozen women. In Ann Arbor, Michigan, according to NASA and NOAA, 2014 was the warmest year in record. In fact, all the warmest years on record have come since 1998. Researchers at Princeton University have created a maser no bigger than a grain of rice. Human activities have pushed the planet past a 4 of 9 environmental danger points, an international group of scientists reported. Crying at funerals were almost unavoidable, but Nurse Tracy Stone learned not to wipe her tears away. After the Bay nurse spent 5 weeks at a 60-person treatment center in Canada East Leon, say the devastating reality of the deadly virus. Flu's vaccine effectiveness as doctors use a new weapon. Okay, take a look at New England Insular here in Saugus, Massachusetts on Lincoln Avenue at Palmer at 2-car motor vehicle accident with 1 in a pole. No injuries reported here. And in Boston, Massachusetts on American Legion Highway at Blue Hill Avenue, motor vehicle accident with rollover and entrapment. Peter Channel News Time approaching 11:05 here, and it is time now for our sports report here. The Indianapolis Colts won't bench Trent Richardson on Sunday. That's because the running back has been himself, so Richard did not travel to New England for the team's AFC Championship game against the Patriots for personal reasons. There. Michigan State guard Travis Strass reacts in front of Maryland guard for Jared Nichols after receiving an offensive foul in the second half as poor shooting does. And the Michigan Spartans in the loss to the Maryland Terrapins. The light heavyweight champion was fined for violating the UFC's elite code of contact policy when he tested positive for cocaine. And in Seattle, the eventual debates of Green Bay and Seattle were going across again after the terms opened the 2014 season. In early September, the Seahawks won 36-16 and it seemed available that Aaron Rodgers would get a second chance. The Boston Bruins lose to the Columbus Blue Jackets at the TD Garden 3-1. Other scores in the NHL. Calgary Flames leading the San Jose Sharks through one period, 2-0 in here. Through two periods in Minnesota. Minnesota Wild lead the Arizona Coyotes 2-1. Tampa Bay Lightning edge at the Colorado Avalanche 3-2. Edmonton Oilers over the Florida Panthers 3-2. It's Columbus Blue Jackets over the Boston Bruins 3-1. Montreal Canadiens over the New York Islanders 6-4. St. Louis Blues over the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-0 here. Philadelphia Flyers edge at the Buffalo Sabres 4-3. Detroit Red Wings over the Nashville Predators 5-2. Carolina Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes over the Ottawa Senators 3-2. Dallas Stars over the Washington Capitals 5-4. And Los Angeles Rams 0-0. NBA scores here. Los Angeles Clippers leading the Sacramento Kings 45-44 with 2:28 left in the second quarter. Memphis Grizzlies 84. Portland Trail Blazers 75 with 8:47 left in the fourth quarter. Minnesota Timberwolves 92. Denver Nuggets 89 with 8:55 left in the fourth quarter here. Charlotte Hornets defeat the Indiana Pacers 88-71. Detroit Pistons over the Philadelphia 76ers 107-89. Washington Wizards over the Brooklyn Nets 99-90. Atlanta Hawks over the Chicago Bulls 107-99. And Golden State Warriors 131. Houston Rockets 106. Peter Challenger's time 11:07. Time now for a travel report here on this late Saturday night here. And we're seeing some smooth sailing highways, byways of New England here. And we got an accident on the Mass Pike on the westbound side in the vicinity of Boston University. So expect some delays as Mass Pike on the westbound side. And it's backed up after you pass the Southwest Expressway, and it's backed up all the way out the Austin Bradford tolls. On the westbound side, eastbound side, backed up due to some ramp restrictions on Mass Pike eastbound at interchange 20. On the Austin Bradford tolls is as it's backed up from the Austin Bradford tolls all the way down through the vicinity of Boston University here. And we got an earlier accident on 93 in Andover, but that's all cleared out here. As you are smooth sailing on the highways, byways of New England there on this late Saturday night here. Peter Challenger's time is now 11:08 here on this late Saturday night here. And it is time now for a weather report here on this late Saturday night. While you're sleeping in the overnight hours tonight, you're going to see some mostly cloudy skies with a temperature rising around 29 degrees by 5 a.m. and southward about 3 to 6 miles per hour. For Sunday, rain mainly after 2 p.m. high to 47 degrees. Southward about 6 to 11 miles because chance of precipitation is 8%. New principal amounts between a 10th and quarter inch possible. For Saturday night, rain possibly a thunderstorm before 2 a.m. Then a chance of rain punch around before 2 a.m. Low about 37 degrees. Southeast with about 8 to 11 miles by Kevin. Southwest after midnight, chance of precipitation is 9%. The new rainfall about 3/4 and 1 inch possible. For Martin Luther King Day, Putt State skies have about 40 degrees. West with about 8 to 13 miles per hour. Monday with a gust of 23 miles per hour. For Monday night, Putt skies got low about 23 degrees. West with about 6 to 9 miles per hour. Gust of 21 miles per hour. For Tuesday, South sky about 35 degrees. So that chance of snow after 4 a.m. Mostly clouds got low at 24 degrees. Chance of precipitation 30%. For Wednesday, chance of snow, mostly clouds got about 35 degrees. Chance of precipitation 40%. For that, mostly clouds got low about 19 degrees. For Thursday, mostly of the Putt skies got about 32, low about 17 degrees. And for Friday, most of the podcast got about 31, low about 16 degrees. And for Saturday, most of the skies got about 29 degrees. Not temperatures started at 13 degrees with fair skies. And that is going to be it for the period chill 11 o'clock news on this late Saturday night, January 17th, 2015. I'm people say have a good night with a good bad attitude. I'll be looking forward to see you tomorrow morning with a border report. I'll see you tomorrow morning.